Yes.
Richard, why isn't your namesake Richard D'ing up?
I'm going to tell you, if I could tell you how many times in my life I've heard that exact term, Richard, D up, D up, Richard. People have been screaming that, just basically a prayer, right? A prayer whenever I'm on the court. Like, Richard, please just D up a little bit.
Just look
at
even
that.
A stance.
Oh my God, that's like,
he's got handles though.
What are you talking about? She got a better shot than Zion. Oh God, potential #1 pick, Knicks, right there. Check it out.
There you go. Maybe she can usurp Zion as #1 on their priority list.
Oh, in and out quad. Oh, yeah, back.
Nice. All right, next, make devotion. A 9-year-old fan wrote Joel Embiid a letter after the Sixers player. I'm sorry that you lost. I saw you crying on TV. It's okay to lose sometimes. I lost basketball games too. Ramona, would this make you feel better?
Yeah, actually it would.
It's pretty adorable.
I'm like a new mom though. Everything gets to me.
That's
so
adorable. She's going to be writing that letter so many more times. She's going to write that letter so many more times. It's going to be awesome to watch the progression about how she goes to cursive, and then she has like her laptop out.
But she can type it.
Yeah, she's writing a blog now, like Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
I'm 28 now.
I still feel sorry for you. Miss injuries. The Nuggets' 14th overall pick last season, Michael Porter Jr. said he expects to play in Summer League after missing his first season with a back injury that required surgery. Richard, what impact would a healthy MPJ have on the Nuggets roster?
I think huge. I think when you look at the depth of their team, it is great, but their playoff depth was just okay. He only went about 7-8 deep, which is normal in the playoffs, but I think this is a rotation guy that you got. He fell to you in the draft, but you had so much young talent that you were able to just let him sit there and rest. So I just hope that the kid's healthy.
Yeah, another great wing, right? Would be awesome for them.
Another great wing would be great for them, but the question is he going to have playing time to develop? Like
Torrey Craig's out. Torrey Craig's out.
Yeah,
hey,
Torrey
Craig's out.
Hey, Torrey. But he's done.
Namaste. Klay Thompson says he credits meditation and listening to soothing music like this for his play in the postseason. Klay said, I try to play some classical music or some nature sounds. Richard, would that help you get ready for a big game, too?
No, but I'll say this about Klay. Klay hears this even when there's no music.
That's excellent point.
Klay,
no doubt.
Like, Klay is just like, Klay, what's going on?
Yeah.
Nothing. Did you hear that song? Like, Klay, there's no music.
Do you know what else Klay does before every game?
What's that?
He sits in his locker and reads the paper. Like, he's an endorser for one of the Bay Area newspaper groups up there because he just sits in his locker and reads the
Klay's
paper.
awesome.
Physical newspaper.
One of my favorite players I've ever played with.
Well, he gets that from his father, I'm sure. Michael, who still probably reads a physical newspaper.
Yeah.
So there's definitely that. All right, the Celtics backup point guard Terry Rozier was on Get Up and First Take earlier this morning in New York, making the rounds. And take a look at Rozier's reaction when Stephen A. asks him about coming back to Boston.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
If the Boston Celtics came to you right now, and they said to you, we're bringing everybody back, same team, it's going to be exactly the way it was this past year, do you want to stay in Boston?
No, I might have to go. I might have to go. You know, I put up with a lot this year, so I said what I said after the season. I think we all know that I'm not trying to step into that again.
Okay, Ramona, why did the Celtics players seem so unhappy, and whose fault is it?
Woo. Gosh, you need to coach.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
You didn't make them unhappy.
Listen, even if you're unhappy, you don't say it like that, so you can have a little leverage in your negotiation. Goodness, Terry.
Come on, young fella, you can do better than that.
I'm trying to help you out.
No, man, you're trying to get the bag. You need leverage. You need leverage.
Look, they're unhappy because they were all asked to play lesser roles. They were all asked to sacrifice for the betterment of the team, but it just didn't work out. And when you're asked to sacrifice for the betterment of the team and you don't win, if anything, you do worse than last year, then you're upset.
Well, the other thing is they did worse than last year, but let's be respectful to the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference was better than it was last year, right? The Eastern Conference actually went up a level by 3 different teams, right? Milwaukee, a lot better.
Yeah.
Toronto, a lot better. And Philly, a lot better. So, look, I understand that he's upset, and that's always been kind of that young player wanting to prove yourself. And I understand where he is. 1, don't lose your leverage, right? Just like, hey, all my options are open. Don't lose your leverage. And 2, like, you have to understand, if you want to win a championship, it isn't going to be on your terms, right? Maybe 2 players on every championship team has it on their terms. And Terry, I think you're a great player. I'm not even upset at you for throwing the ball at me when I dunked on you. Only thing I'm going to say is this: keep your leverage, and if you want to be on a championship team, you got to give up something.
Yeah, but look, you get it, though. You were a young player once. Now, you were a young player who happened to be on a team that went to the finals, so I feel like that was a little different, right?
Yes.
So, but in his case, he's trying to, as you mentioned, secure the bag, even though this necessarily is not a great way to do it.
That's not how you do it.
I get it, but he wants playing time. He feels like if he gets out there and gets to perform the way he performed last year, that teams are going to say, oh, I need that guy on my roster.
Yeah.
But I think that there's enough of a sample size out there where people will say, I know what that kid can do if you give him the requisite amount of time. So, to your point, I get his side of it, but I get yours too, like where you can just kind of settle down.
I like Terry.
Let the cards unfold.
And I like Terry a lot. I think he's going to be a great player for a long time, but you got to keep leverage. A little bit.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like I appreciate honesty. I think that's great. But if I'm his agent,
yeah, we appreciate honesty, especially on this show. Thank you.
I think it's great. But if I'm his agent, I'm calling him up like, hey, tone it down just a little.
A tad?
Yeah, I don't think you can put the cap back on that, though.
Yeah, no, that's over.
Yeah.
Toothpaste is out. All right, it's time to choose wisely, presented by Disney's Aladdin. Richard, what's the better choice for Kyrie in free agency, the Celtics or the field? Which we would assume, by the way, includes the Knicks and the Lakers.
I think for Kyrie, I think Kyrie wants a change, right? So I'm going to say field. I don't think there's anything particularly bad in Boston. I still think there's a chance that Boston keeps him. There's a lot of moves that Boston can make that I think can make it a great play. But it's up to Kyrie, and for him, it sounds like he wants a change. There's just too many guys that sound unhappy there. And so I think for Kyrie, I think he might be looking for a little bit of a different environment. So I'm going to go for the field.
So I'm going to say something that you're not going to like.
Uh-oh.
Okay, but
Tell me.
I mean, I could just see a world in which he goes to the Phoenix Suns where that is such a great fit for him. And I know he's
Really?
going to like throw out Robert Sarver and all that.
I grew up.
Well, James Jones. James Jones
Like,
is the GM,
if there is a
right?
franchise where, look, we tried this year where Kyrie goes into a situation where he tries to be a leader, he tries to carry a team to the next level to get back to a championship. It didn't work.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it. I mean, if anything, they
So he's gonna do it in
took
Phoenix?
a step back. And so maybe
Much
you reset
lower
things.
expectations.
No, and if anything, you reset things where the expectations are lower and you can have more of an impact on the culture.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's been a lot of discussion about the Knicks and there's been discussion about the Nets. I don't really see how he fits in Brooklyn without them having to trade one of their backcourt.
I think they would be
Right?
fine with that.
Right? I mean,
I'm not going to speak for Brooklyn, but I think if you get the opportunity to get one of those top-tier players, well, I was like, Terry, you're unhappy, but I'm sorry, Terry.
Yeah, but if that happens, you got to piece out D'Angelo, right?
I'm staying out of that.
No, there is
Okay.
still the LA option if we're all writing stories, which I like to do.
Yeah.
And we're all rooting for drama.
Yeah. Oh, LeBron. Come on.
No.
The reunion. Can we do it? Look, LeBron went on his Instagram after Kyrie said the thing about, I shouldn't have been such a pain in the butt with LeBron. I get what he went through when I was his teammate. LeBron, shortly thereafter, went on his IG. You can't deny this one, Bron, because we saw it on his story. And he's singing Fetty Wap, rewind, rewind. And he tagged Kyrie Irving. Now, again, we are looking into nonsense, I know. But come on.
Look, it's not nonsense because, you've had people say things to you. I've had people. One person pretty close to this said, "Why not get the band back together?"
Right.
I heard Stephen A. yesterday. He got a text.
95% or somebody in Kyrie's family,
saying,
right?
Shut that down.
Yeah.
It does make a lot of sense.
But if Kyrie's not the one to say it to you, no offense to Stephen A. And I love Stephen A.
No. Look, I think Kyrie, even though Boston isn't, didn't work out great, I still think he can be a leader, and he's still very young. What is he, 26? He's 26 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's like he has a long way to go. He will grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually. He will grow so many different ways that I don't want to just say Kyrie can't be a leader at 26.
Rewind, rewind.
Look at us rooting for the drama.
Rewind, rewind, yeah.
No.
All right. Up next, Damian Lillard just escaped a 7-game bar fight against Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets. So is it BS or real talk that he said the Warriors without KD are a better matchup for the Blazers?